In the bottom right of the map, we have our yellow Terran player. Once again, originally selecting the random back in our lobby. It is MA Plexus Fade. Needs to take this game in order to bring it back to 1-1.
And in the center left, oddly enough, this looks exactly like merry-go-round. A little bit rotated. Printf rolled Zerg this time. Our green Zerg player. Up in the Series 1-0.
So I believe Printf was saying in general that he finds this macro to be at about plat level, in particular gold with Zerg. So I guess this is the one of the situations in which Fade should have at least be somewhat equal with him, as I know his original main race was Protoss. So I'd expect to see the best play from him in that particular situation. But I'll be very interested to see what Printf actually decides to do with that, because he hasn't agreed not to cheese with Zerg, but he is actually choosing not to so far.
And taking a look at this this lovely decal here in the center of the map. According to Rotterdam, Thruxor says it is Tentacruel from Pokemon.
Yes, for some strange reason, like not only were they hungry when they named their map after a salad dressing, but apparently they had squid on it.
They also wanted squid.
Apparently.
Calamari.
Apparently they had calamari on the salad. Go figure.
Catalina calamari salad.
Hydra. It's only got one head, zombie.
So Printf, opting for the spawning pool before his hatch. And one gas.
Generally a safer play against a lot of players. Especially against Protoss. And a lot of Zergs will go for the pool first against them. But I think in this case it makes a lot more sense in that like the defenses that you need to utilize when you're going hatch first against a lot of more rush plays, a little bit more difficult to pull off when you don't run the race for as often. So I think this is a little bit of a safer opening on his
definitely.
part.
It's nice to have those sort of buffer Zerglings there should anything happen. The ability to spawn spine crawlers.
So despite it not looking like it, I'm kind of sure that this supply depot is actually, I think it is actually flush with the wall. It doesn't quite look like it, but I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks okay to me. I think that should be alright.
It's just kind of weird with like the spacing on the edge. It almost looks like a Zergling would be able to squish through there, but probably not. So both players scouting the other person's race and being like, great.
Both are very sarcastically optimistic on this map.
Yes. Printf is actually stockpiling quite a bit of minerals right now. Wondering what it is he actually intends to do next here. He's throwing up a couple drones and a queen.
Fade noticing the hatch here, dropping his own command center. Oh, and Printf is opting for a third hatchery.
This is a very economically greedy move to actually do. It doesn't necessarily make it risky. This is just one of those plays that basically you're saying, I want to power to an incredible economy very, very fast here. Now, Fade has checked 1/3 location. Is he going to be checking the other one now? This is key, as it'll help him out quite a bit from here on. Now, the thing is, he is actually fast expanding, so economically, he's going to be fine against the 3-base Zerg, but no, he's not checking up there. This is a little bit unfortunate, as he may be preparing for a 2-base all-in strategy, which actually isn't coming at him necessarily here, unless Printf's just using this as a macro hatch, but doesn't really look like it. Not as of yet, anyway. He's continuing to, let's see here, he's actually continuing to mine gas past the point of speed, however, so we may see some additional tech here, maybe Baneling, maybe a quicker lair. We'll have to wait and see. Gas is coming down for Fade. Still no real sign of what his tech is going to be, other than siege tanks, a few of which may be utilized for defense early on. Does not necessarily mean he's going to be going real hard into the Wings of Liberty strategy, but what do you think of what we're seeing so far?
I don't know. If he's building up more gas, is it smart to go Roaches against Terran? Probably not, considering siege tanks, right? You don't really want to push that since the bonus damage to armored, I would imagine.
It's a timing thing. If you can get enough of them quickly enough, it won't matter. But
siege tank is coming out now. Is he? I was seeing another one too. It looks like he's going to be pushing into tanks, and I don't think it. I don't know, honestly. He's stockpiling the gas for. Do you think mutas maybe on the road? Is he rushing for mutas?
mutas, maybe. I mean, he could be going for the typical Ling Bane strategy as well here. I mean, he seems starting to grab a few of those.
Fade
Really does.
supply blocked Printf there with that Overlord kill.
Yes, unfortunately, not paying too close attention to that, but it's not too far off of his typical build structure anyway. As we can see, he's already got 5 more Overlords queued up. He's gonna rise up in the resources a little bit here, but as long as he's keeping on top of his injects, which he has actually been for the most part, he should be able to spend that fairly quickly. And there's the Baneling Nest.
There we go, Baneling Nest.
Yeah, typically, I'm pretty sure that they end up grabbing the other gases a little bit faster if they actually are going for faster Mutalisks. But yeah, we'll probably see him go into that tech eventually here.
Yeah, I think you called the Baneling thing. Does he expect Fade to go bio? I mean, that looks like what he's shooting for. He's going to be pushing out with a bunch of Lings and wait on that Baneling Nest to finish.
It's actually looking more like mech, which is pretty interesting here. Looks like Fade's a fan of the slow game. That's pretty much what he's going to be expecting. He did spot this little ball of Lings, which is something you always got to be a little bit concerned about whenever you spot this on the map, because you know that the Zerg player is not minimizing their circling numbers. In fact, you've seen that they're adding to them. So the possibility of a Baneling bust becomes more and more real over time. The thing is, this number of siege tanks becomes a little bit of a threat to that strategy, as the Banelings can get shot down pretty hard before they get too much damage into the wall. So
especially if the player has a decent amount of micro, they can focus down those Banelings probably before they hit the buildings.
So this again from Fade. I'm not really sure what this is trying to accomplish, actually, when he puts the barracks in here like this. But it is exciting, and at the very least, if he can get enough Marines out, he actually might be able to snipe off a few workers pretty quickly, maybe even the Queen. The thing is, though, Lings are fast. And
oh, Baneling's coming out now. Morphing up here in the center of the map.
It's enough to break down the wall, if he can get there. And that's a lot of siege tanks. He's got to... Yeah. If he sieges those up, I don't think he's going to break into that too well.
Yep, looks like he's going to move forward here and attempt to bust.
Fade, come on, Fade, siege them. Don't miss it, buddy.
Fade.
I want to see a game 3 here.
Wake up, Fade.
Got 3 siege tanks now that aren't sieged.
Oh,
okay, he's positioning them. No, he's going...
He's moving out?
Why?
Wait. He's moving all of them. He's gonna...
Oh, he's trying to take the forward position in order to set up soon for a third.
Ironically,
this might work out just fine, because he won't lose any supply depots this way, and he really only needs the siege tanks to hold this off.
Those are speedlings, though. They could get a decent round if they get close enough.
And he's taking so many hits. There's already a couple of Hellions in there to help deal with this. The Banelings are, for the most part, actually getting shut down without actually damaging anything at all. Loses 3 siege tanks, and that's it for a lot of Banelings and Lings. So, kind of... Let's see. Let's look at the unit loss tab here. Oh, a little bit of an overinvestment for Printf by the look of things.
Ouch.
Still, getting the siege tanks is good, though. It does put the Terran back a little bit. He's going to have to be a little bit more defensive. And he's got a couple Thors actually joining into the mix. Printf is pretty much massing up to do the exact same thing, grabbing a bunch more Lings. So getting some of the upgrades for Banelings, and it looks like picking up... this is the movement speed upgrade for Overlords? Okay, is he going to go for a drop? That might be kind of interesting. I haven't seen anybody do that in a while. He's still got this one Marine produced in the main base. I don't know. Just one
Billy.
lonely Marine.
It's Billy. He's chilling
Billy
there,
the Marine.
gathering information.
Now this is a pretty risky maneuver actually to move forward. Like these guys could easily get shut down pretty hard here. He's pretty much going to lose at least all of the siege tanks. A lot of Zerglings dying for that, and they're not going to kill these Thors. They probably anyway. Nope. They're not. Gonna do a lot of damage to him though, and a second wave of Lings would be able to take him out. No, don't run!
Oh, no!
Oh, he didn't need to die. Oh well. So the thing is, with these kinds of trades and the fact that Printf is getting up to a 5 base economy, this is actually totally okay. He's cooling in so many resources now that as long as he keeps killing these expensive units that take forever to build, he will slowly push Fade back into his base. Though again, and I think part of this is actually just, like, I'm not really sure why he was moving out there. Like, if anything, if you're going to move out like that, move out with the other units that are not the siege tanks first. It's very risky.
Siege tanks should always be behind. Oh man, I mean, Printf made a small mistake trying to run by with his Lings there, lost a whole army, but Yeah, moving your siege tanks out front was probably kind of even that out.
Though, that said, when we look at the supply here, we're not really too far apart from each other. It's only the fact that he still hasn't secured a third that is really becoming a serious issue for Fade. Again, though, these mech armies are very, very tough to break. So yeah, he's going to try and come in there. There's blue flame on those Hellbats now, though. So yeah, those Lings mean nothing to that army now. And unfortunately, all he has is Lings and Banelings. He's trying to morph a lot of them. If he can get enough Banelings, he might be able to do some work against this army. At least 3 of those siege tanks should be sieged right now. Gotta hop with the siege tanks. Don't jump all at once. He still doesn't know the location of the Lings. Lings are moving down. And no siege up. He's trying to move the siege tanks to the back. He's going to get them over there. Obviously no way to have an efficient trade in that kind of situation with Banelings, but it doesn't really matter as he has so much stuff that he runs everything over. Ugh. Again, kind of losing things to not being sieged up.
Monumental losses here for Fade. Printf going over here checking the other base location, but he has not expanded.
Printf is asking himself the fundamental question, and that is, how can I lose in this situation? Well, one of the ways you can lose in this situation is by overestimating how much damage you're actually doing to your opponent and missing a ninja expansion. So he's keeping his eye out for that. Now, this isn't probably going to do well. Is he going to try and run past? I guess. Yeah.
Oh,
it's going to work. Wall's not up. But we do have a couple siege tanks at the back here, so he's going to clean this up again at the expense of nearly his entire army, but we're kind of just seeing these even trades happen over and over again, except for the fact that Printf's just got more money behind it. So, no, sorry, Printf's just got more money behind it, so he can just keep doing this all day, and eventually Fade's going to go broke.
3 Hellions here. Looks like an attempted run by, but they shut down pretty quick by these speed links. And this Overlord being extremely annoying at the 3rd base location.
Still blocking that up. He's going to send Thor up there to do something about it. Now, this is a very interesting situation. That one Marine is actually getting all of the Zerglings to come back, making his existence completely worthwhile, because now that Thor can come up here and kill this thing, and the Lings won't be there in time to kill it. Well, it does so. Ooh, he's even pulling out the fancy special ability to do extra damage to a single target. What the barracks?
The
barracks. That's what we wondered too, buddy. Still have no idea, honestly.
O-face. Extra O-face.
I think Fate forgot about it entirely, actually.
It seems he did. These Lings are pushing out, though. This is... if he can manage to get up into the base around the Hellbats...
well, he's going to fight them up against the wall, which is exactly the best place for the Hellions to fight. There's no Banelings in the army this time. Wow. And by the way, Hellions trade really well against Zerglings. Really, really well.
Wow.
Problem is, that's a lot of Zerglings.
We have a total of 400 Zerglings lost for Mr. Printf.
Wow.
400 Zerglings. Wow.
So if you're on a 5-base economy and your opponent's on a 2-base economy and you constantly build the thing that kills the 5-base economy guy's stuff, who's actually ahead? Is it still the guy with the 5 bases? I want to say it's still the guy with the 5 bases. Because that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Ironically, their units lost are both still pretty even.
The wall, Fade, the wall. It's not up. Okay. Well, actually, that'll probably be okay because there's so much stuff there.
We have 43 Banelings morphing.
Oh, he's gonna try and end this mass Faust style, basically.
Faust style.
Have you ever seen that game he played? It was in one of the Fun Day Mondays. He literally just built only Banelings at one point in the game, and just... It was in one of those crazier team ones. The thing is, that's so many Banelings at this point that it actually will kill everything up here unless the siege tanks have enough firepower. And, yeah, you know. Was it efficient? No. Is there anything left? No, so it doesn't matter. And finally, Banling, oh no, Fate! No!
Bad time.
Right before the Banlings explode.
Oh.
Faust may hate being recognized for that, but he did constantly repeat it to me for about 2 weeks straight. So, yeah. kind of did it to himself.
These Lings ravaging everything. Natural expansion is all but destroyed. Got a few siege tanks here behind the wall, just trying to take pot shots at these Zerglings, but 40-some more Lings are on the way.
Oh, this is so weird. By the way, planetary fortresses are actually pretty good against Lynx. Actually pretty good against most things on the ground. Except siege tanks.
Yeah. Fade's still trying to pump out siege tanks here.
Well, I mean, he's seen zero intention from his opponent to attempt anything different. I don't really blame him, and it's like he's kind of counting on that. But by the way, the creep has reached his front door now.
Yeah.
It's actually coming up into the base.
We've got a set of Zerg flyer attacks level 2 coming out of Printf. So do you think Giant Muta Switch is in order with the 2k gas he's got built up?
I think he wants to do it. Apparently he doesn't have drones. Yeah, he's got 53. He's actually on 2.5 base saturation this entire time. Maybe that's why it's felt closer than it seems. That seems like it should, because he's got 4 base, quote unquote, but he's actually not mining that much.
Right, not 4 base economy. This mule, what is he doing?
In fact, he did lose a few from those Hellions that ran by earlier. It wasn't too much, though, but this is going to be pretty rough. I mean, he does have a couple... Yeah, he does have that one Thor. Thor's not actually in the right gun mode for this. He's got basically no anti-air, though, so these will probably kill a lot. A lot.
Mutas are not going to feel very good. There's 6 more on the way. Total of 20 have come out onto the map here. 5 more. It's going to be about 25.
So basically kind of recognizing, hey, I got creep at my front door. I should probably do something about that.
I think a Raven would be a good idea at this point.
Fade is re-expanding to his natural. Unfortunately, he's on basically 1 base economy now. All he's really got is this third.
Yep, he's got a total of 33 SCVs right now, and his main base only has 25 minerals left in it. So he's going to need to make something happen. But honestly, this cloud of mutas here is probably going to come in, and I think this is going to be the end of the game.
Well, he's got 7 more producing. He's got about 28, 30 right now. So yeah, he's almost hit doomsday numbers.
31, 35, excuse me.
So the muta death ball is pretty much usually defined by about 40 mutas. Once you hit that number, you can kind of just kill most armies, honestly. If there was a lot of Thors there and they bounced up, they really bunched up on each other, I could kind of see that, maybe. But there's only the 1 Thor, and it's not in the right attack mode. So I have a feeling we're going to get... No, wait, did he switch it back? Yes, he did. Okay, so he might get lucky here.
If only Hellbats could fly.
He really... Yep. Oh, actually, the whole army... Yeah, he's magic boxing, so he's going to be fine. Unfortunately, there's nothing... there's another Thor, but there's nothing else. So, yeah, now it's 2 Vikings versus the world. Fade gives the crying face. GG, well played.
Well played. Very good game from both of our players here.